It sure is a beautiful morning down here. We're back down at Topsail Beach, fishing around these docks and stuff. I think we're at a slack tide. So, I don't know if we'll do too much. Came down, and this tide comes in. I think these sheep's head or these drum might move them back down here. This wall back here is got me messed up with my casting. Well, I missed that one. I didn't have the camera rolling. Got hung up on that crap out there. Had to walk out on that slick mess. I didn't want to lose this. I was really concerned about getting my lure back. Everything else comes second when trying to get that lure back. A lot of traffic out on the water already. Got the kayak with me. Don't know if I'm going to put it in. I hate fishing Saturdays down here in the summertime. You get so congested with boat traffic. Well, we're at a slack tide right now, so we're not really going to do anything. There's no moving water, which you would think, hey, that's the best time to fish, no moving water. It's actually the worst time to fish. No moving water. You want moving water. That's what moves the bait around. If you can see in the water right now, I don't see any bait. I may see some small, teeny tiny minnows, but none of the larger bait. They want a nice sized bait swimming by, but you'll notice when this tide goes to turn, water movement, bait movement, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that water movement. Flounder thrive on water movement. Tides don't really affect the way flounder hunt as much as it does other fish. What flounder wants is moving water, one way or the other. They don't care. So when this tide is rising, it's pushing water, it's pushing bait fish up into the creeks. Flounder are there waiting for this bait to move up into the creeks, and vice versa. When the tide is falling, these flounder will base themselves at the mouths of these creeks because they know these bait fish are coming out to get the deeper water. So tides don't really affect the flounder as much as other fish. But you do want some moving water. You want moving water. Moving water means the bait is moving, fish are eating. You know, they're in a slack tide like this. They usually don't feed. Slack tides don't last that long, but a fish is constantly eating, constantly hunting. So when this slack tide is over and it starts moving back in, they're ramped up and they're ready to eat. So just remember, moving water is your friend. Still water like this is not. You may get lucky and catch a fish, but the norm is we need some moving water. And be it you're flounder fishing, you're fishing for redfish or trout, same goes with them as far as moving water goes, because they're following the bait. Speaking of bait, there's some right there. So just remember, you want moving water. slack water, no good. Guys, I'm gonna just mess around down here waiting for the tide to turn, see if we can get some moving water. I'm gonna mosey on down the way there and see what we can do. And hopefully we'll be back with a fish. You never know. But just in case I don't see you, thanks for joining me. And remember, fish that moving water. And I got a wind knot. Fish that moving water. Alright guys, thanks so much. You guys take care. I'll definitely catch you later.
Hold on a minute. Where do you think you're going? Video's not over with yet. Guys, I had to jump in and interject because I moved to my next spot and I'd already been there earlier and just didn't even put my GoPro on. But fortunately, my truck was parked there and my dash cam was rolling. So of course there's going to be no audio and I'll kind of talk you through it as we go. But yeah, so here's what happens when you fish moving water versus slack water, be it at high or low. All right, here we go. All right, so I get down to the place, and like I say, I've already been there this morning. There's a couple of people down there. There's actually different people than the first time I was there. I think the gnats ran those guys off. But I get down there and I'm throwing a Z-Man swim tail. You know, I know this place is known for flounder, but a difference between here and from, you know, where we were just before this, a little bit of time has went by, not much, but the water's moving now. And like I talked about in that, you know, water movement is one of the main things. So now I have water movement. And, you know, that's key. Like I talked about, that's key. And you can see I'm flipping it out there, and you know, I've caught a lot of flounder from this particular area. There's a lot of areas to fish right here, but I know there's a hole for this boat that's sitting there, and I know that flounder hang around there waiting to ambush bait fish. So I'm bumping along. You can see my head. I'm looking somewhere else and bam, he's on. It was a good hit. I knew it wasn't a lizard fish. So he's pulling drag, you know, and when I get him near, and there's probably from that rail down, that's probably a good 8 feet or so. So there's no way I'm flipping him. There's no way. He's too big to do that. So I've got to hand line him up and bring him up, and hey, there you go, a decent size flounder. This is he happened to be about 17 inches. If we were in the season right now, he'd be more than legal. So I'm here chatting with the guy. He's caught a few flounder here before as well, you know, and we're just talking about, you know, the holes and stuff that are around here where you can catch flounder. You're really, you know, but that moving water. So what I'm doing here, I'm going back and getting my lip grips and a pair of pliers so I can get the hook out this fine fella, send him on his way. But before I do that, I'm gonna measure him just so I know, you know, what he's about. So I'll find my mess here shortly. And I thought, man, I didn't even have my GoPro going, and my dash cam. So I'm coming back, you know, and trying to get, of course, they get lockjaw, and he's got his jaw locked around my Z-Man. I think I finally get him up and get him to where we can get a hold of him and get that hook out. And he was a bear to get a hold of. He really was. But finally got him, Got the hook out of him. Like I say, I did want to measure him, so I went back. I had my kayak in the truck, so I had my my hog trough, my measuring board was in the truck. So I took him back, measured, give him a good measurement. He was dead on 17 inches, good legal fish if we were in season. Came back, took a picture of him and turned him loose. So that's what I've got, guys. Glad you didn't leave. You got to see me catch that little nice flounder there. So guys, thanks so much. I do appreciate you, and I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care.